not convenient. It's one of the most unpleasant, miserable, painful, tiring experience with wonderful results. You like the last part, right? hmm When you fast, especially when you're fasting for more than a day without food, okay, you're doing 3 days dry. It's going to be miserable. It's going to be painful, but the results are always outstanding. To really enjoy your fasting life, it has to be structured. It's easier. It is well, it brings better results, wholeness in almost all areas of our lives when it is structured. So when should I take a fast? Not so much when it's convenient or not always when daddy leads. The first point I want us to talk about is we take a fast when we need to know what we need to do. Better than when you are not sure of what to do, and you need to understand what to do. Take a fast. Why have I been trading and losing? Take a fast. You'll be shocked. Mhm. Why is this marriage not working? Take a fast. You will be surprised that the problem all this while has been you. You used to think it was your spouse. Until you take a fast, then you will understand. So, number one, when you need light, simply put, when you need light, take a fast. Number two, when should I fast? When there is a threat or danger in the air, when there's a threat or there's a danger situation in the air, that he always responds and we come to him for help in impossible situations. Don't just say, hey, okay, fine, let whatever happen happens. No, take it fast. Say, Daddy, come and help. Show us what to do here and do your part. Show us our part to do. And then when you're doing your part, tell him to do his part. He will. We see the case of Esther. It was a threat. He took a fast. And we all know the result because we've seen it throughout the fast. The next, when should I take a fast? When you're going through difficult situations. Not every difficult situation is a test. Sometimes it's demonic activities. You're challenged to a point where you know this is not normal. They bring you good news. The easiest way to break from it is to take a fast. I can give you too many examples, but we're going to go to number three. Number three, at the beginning of every new year or new season, you want to enter a new season like we're doing. Now, I want to give a caution, especially to Pentarascas. You cannot be fasting in January for example, 2027. You're fasting in January. It's late. It's late. You can't be entering the second half of the year, for example, and then you're fasting in July. A proper fast should take place where? December. And Daniel fast people. It should be December. So that you know what to do in the year. You need to fast in June so you know what to do in the second half of the year, July. At the beginning of a new season, a new year. And if you're getting married, one of the things you want to prepare is a fasting period with that man. What if all honeymoon will start with fasting systemarily? Why? No devil can stand that marriage. But you know what we do? After you've eaten on that wedding night, you take another honey in the moon. You're eating too much honey, and now there's sugar, not more honey in the marriage. Before you leave there, you go to gravels in the mouth. Ew, I don't want you. I want you. I'll spit you. I won't spit you. If all marriages started with a fast, somebody say, no, we already fasted enough during. I'm glad you're saying during. When the marriage proper starts, if you can take even a day to fast, it will make a difference. Anything, career change. You're about to enter a new career. Don't just go in and say, my name is John Locomotive. I've come to serve in the locomotive department. At the beginning or when you're changing a career, you're starting a career or changing a career. Fast. Why? So that it will order your steps. Hmm? So that it will order your steps. When should an individual take a fast? When you're sick. Mm. Nature teaches us a lot if we just listen. When you're sick, what is the most common thing you want to do? You don't want to eat because your system is like, we are on cleanup mode. Eh, Please, janitor on duty, can you not bring anything else in here? Some hospitals and places like that, they will put a sign on the floor. They say, wet floor, proceed at your own expense. Some will even say, stop, wet floor. When you're sick, one of the best in that book, that man said it is the fastest, the surest, the quickest, and the most economical method of healing. Mhm. We heal your body. We want to practice fasting from time to time, but when you're sick, somebody says, I will die. You can't. Your flesh will die, but you won't. Mm? The next, when you're planning to move cities, states, churches, you were doing makara business. Now you want to do puff puff business. Please now take a fast. Mm? Take a fast. When you take a fast, you'll be able to know how to do that business more than somebody who never took a fast concerning the business. Another major time to take a fast is when you have to make decisions. Who to marry? Do I divorce? Do I not divorce? How many children should I have? Those are major life altering decisions. This one is more important because nowadays, I don't know if you all have heard, but so many young couples, they don't want to have children. The only problem is if your mama and your daddy didn't have you, where will you come from? Many say, I want to go and adopt. We agree. But you are better than those who say, I don't want a child, I don't want to adopt. But this is a question. Do you know why? They have seen it majorly. Eh? Parenting is not candy. But I can assure you that if you fast concerning your children, you parent them differently. If all you do is you want to marry, have a child, you struggle. So when do I fast? Before you married. We just said a few minutes ago that as you married, fast. If you get to a point where you say, okay, we're having children, fast. When the children come, fast periodically for your children, or at least for yourself to parent them well. Because none of these children come with a particular manual. We have to go back to the one that gave the children to us to help us through the process. You've been in the marriage, it's not working, it's definitely evident it's not working. You've come to Mama Imma has prayed with you, counsel you, mentor you, and evident that this thing is not going to work. You still want to take a fast before you go to the courts. Mhm. Major life decision. Divorce is a major life decision. Major. When should I take a fast? When you've been praying for something for so long, add fast to it. Add a fast to the prayer. When you've been praying for a particular topic, you've prayed and prayed and prayed. Turn the plates and say, Daddy, let your light shine in this area. Mm? Yes. When I said when you're sick, especially when you have a flu, ooh, don't fight to eat. Mm-mm, don't. I have to add that to it. When you're moving to a new location, you're in America, you want to translocate, or you are in Cameroon, you want to move to the US. Don't just be screaming and telling everybody, I have a visa. Oh, take a fast. Pray before you enter the America that everybody knows, so that you come on top. By the grace of God, I've seen people do that and they enter this land and they are not swallowed. Mr. Amy said it before. By the time she was coming, she prayed, say, Lord, is it one of anyway, the Minister Amy in Florida and the one in New Jersey, I think one of them have said that. So if we can interchange Minister Bai, we can also interchange Minister Amy, right? So it's okay. One of them said by the time they were leaving Africa, they prayed and Daddy located a deal for them, and they can never regret it because they have been growing. This kind of prayer, sometimes when you pray it, it looks like you're wasting your time, but no, you're not. The most amazing thing with fasting or prayer with fasting is that when you do it, sometimes it looks like, is it going to happen? Now you have faith. But then you're like, it's small. Sometimes you know it will happen, but then the way it happened, you're like, my God, that was bigger. Have you been there? Yes, I've been there. When you're moving, changing location, you were living in Douala, you want to now move to Kumba. It demands fasting. You want to go to Limbe, it demands fasting. You don't just carry your bag and like that, my little friend, you just go. No, get to know some things before you go. Mm? Parenting. I know we said something like that, but this is a big topic. Parenting, especially when you're parenting school age children. Every parent write this in the chat. Don't send a child to school only with a pen and a book. Mm-mm. Before the school year starts, there has to be fasting. And I used to really enjoy it, but it looks like in the next school year, I might not. Okay, I might have one to pray with. Woohoo! But life has changed. When it's school season, pray before you send them to school. Even in the mornings, speak a word over them as you send them to school. Mm? Speak a word over them. When you're transitioning spiritually, somebody's like, what is the meaning of that? You're in one church and you want to go to another. Spiritual transition from one church to the other, or you've been tired at a particular spiritual level. The best way to do that transition is to do it in a fast. Mhm. Is to do it in a fast. When should I take a fast? The same spiritual transition. When you realize that you've been at the same level of spirituality for too long, go and pray. And let the focus of that prayer be, Lord, change my divine content. Increase me. Increase me. Another wind of prayer, which we have seen this morning, is when you're struggling with your purpose. One, you don't know why you're created. You want to take a fast. Daddy to show you your purpose. If you look at it critically, it looks like that's a pattern. When people want to know their purpose, the way I'm seeing it from this fast, that's the easiest way to know. Take a fast. Don't let your mind get in the way. As you're praying, trust Him that He will talk to you during that fast, or He can talk to you after the fast. He's God. And last but not the least, when you need favor, if all you have in your house is what you worked for, that's not a good life. If you only have 10 friends, that's a very miserable life. Somebody say, "What? How many should we have?" A lot. That's a joke. When you need favor, or when you realize that your favor level is dropping, be fast. The last but not the least, I keep saying that, right? I think so. This is the last video. Wisdom. You can see from our fire, people who fasted walked in wisdom. When you know that you are in a particular season where you do not just want to know what to do, but you want to know the doing. Meaning not just the information, but you want to gain understanding to the point where you're doing it and you're doing it well. Take a fast. Say, Daddy, show me to do to do it. Okay? It's very important. I'm going to add a quick bonus. When you are fasting, avoid the following. Refuse to be angry. Aisha, can I show you the invitations? Carry. If somebody told you that the devil don't know the Bible, you just tell them they're lying. He knows exactly what can miss your fast. I'm telling you, he'll make sure it's amplified. Mm? But you can outgrow these things if you choose to. Number one, refuse to be angry. Number two, stay out of quarreling. Mm? Don't fight. No fighting of any kind. Arguments. Don't be violent. Don't be wicked. Be intentionally, be extra when you're fasting. Mhm. Yesterday, I just from nowhere somebody said, Amaka, make me egg. Oh, please. I really like the egg you gave me yesterday. I'm like, still fasting. And I remember I'm in a fast. He said, don't neglect your own flesh. So this particular child is not, she's not needy at all. I don't remember the last time in my entire life you come to me and say, Mama, make this for me. Remember, I'm in a fast. But to be extra when I make it and I took the advantage and I ate my own too. Hmm? Don't be wicked, be extra. Don't make trouble for people. Don't say bad things about people. Gossip, gossip, no gossip. Oh. We want to avoid these things. I can assure you they will show up. Where did you get all of this from, Mama Ima? Isaiah 58. Don't quarrel, don't be angry, stop fighting of every kind, no arguments. Don't be violent, don't be wicked. Mm. Don't get into unnecessary debate. I saw something on your profile. Is that saying that? It's not saying that. Oh, you can answer them after the fast if you want. I'm telling you, but don't try it though. When you're in your fast, it's your life that's at stake. Focus on it. Amen. Focus on it. Focus. I would definitely be teaching us what to pay attention to after you fasted. Things to make sure you don't get involved in after you fasted. I've just shown us things not to do while you're fasting. The next teaching will be on what to avoid.